everyone, welcome to our latest video. Today we are going to be talking about the dead and what is going on with them right now, because things have changed. Even on the other side, things are different here for a myriad of reasons. One for sure we know, but things on the other side actually have changed somewhat as well. At least that's the way the dead show me. They show themselves as though they are all clamoring over to the balcony to see what's going on with us. They are also showing me people actually finding their way back towards us. How to put that? They are also showing me a big influx of the dead here on the planet, which to me just means that those people are coming down here in order to calm, relax, and reassure their loved ones that everything is going to be okay. Because the dead know more than we do. And they seem to have a better idea of what is going on right now than we do. Not that they're really sharing it too plainly with me, but they are as affected by the quarantine, the pandemic, and the general overall feeling of the planet right now. They are connected to us, so they're unable to not be part of what's going on. So if you are feeling at this moment, especially if you're all alone, if you are feeling as though you're not alone, that you are reminded a lot of the past, reminded a lot of people who have gone before you, reminded a lot of feelings that you have thought you've forgotten. It could very well be that you have somebody who loves you that is already dead, who is looking after you right now, who is in your home right now, trying to walk with you, help you, and reassure you that everything's going to be fine. Because to them, everything is going to be fine. Another thing that you might be noticing right now is more communications from the dead. More communications in the form of dimes being left behind, of certain songs playing on the radio, of a repetition of an idea being presented to you, which should be something you pay special attention to if you are not someone who's going out in the world very often right now. But know that your dead are trying to communicate with you. Okay, well, let's start with dimes. One of the ways the dead communicate is with the leaving of dimes. You may have noticed that you find dimes an awful lot. You probably look and say, dimes are pretty small, easy to drop, things like that. So it's pretty easy for you to logic away the idea of a dead person leaving you a dime. But I tell you, if you decide, hey, you know what, this time I'm going to believe Bobbi, and when I pick up that dime, I'm going to say thank you, you're going to get another dime. Your dimes are going to increase. The more you acknowledge what they do for you, the more they can do. Because it allows you to see what they're able to do better. Because the more you tell yourself that what you're seeing is real, the more real it will become for you. Another way in which the dead communicate is through song. Through songs that remind you of them, or songs that are telling you a certain message that they would like you to hear. Because the dead are repetitive little buggers, and if you don't get it the first time, they'll give it to you again, and then they'll give it to you again, and then they'll give it to you again, and most likely they give it to you in exactly the same way, because that's what they do to me, until I say, no. If you're going to give me a message, please give it to me in a way that I understand. You can set the parameters like that for them. So if you keep on being nagged by a song or an idea or a thought, but you can't figure out where it's supposed to go, then feel free to look up at the ceiling like a crazy person and say, make me understand what you're trying to say, because that way they know that you want to be communicated with, that you want to know what they're trying to tell you. Because they wouldn't be trying to tell you it if it weren't important to you. because their communication has to do with your time here, not with theirs. And if at any time it has to do with their time here, it is in all likelihood the way in which their time pertains to their time with you or their relationship with you. Another way in which the dead communicate is through smell, if you can believe it. Smell, like the smell of pipe tobacco, or a perfume your grandmother used to wear, or even a smell that reminds you of something that you two enjoyed together. So it could be something they cook. It could be something that you are used to smelling when you're with that person, having to do with an activity that you guys did together. Because smells are memory sensors. When we smell something, quite often we will be brought back to a memory or an idea, and that is why they use it for you, because it's an extra way for your brain to communicate with you. So they use that way in order to get their communication through as well. Now, one of the things that the dead have shown me, when they show what is happening right now, it looks a lot like when you're on a ferry and the announcements come over the ferry that there's a pod of whales over on the port side of the ferry. So the entire populace of the ferry runs over to the port side or the left side of the boat, leaving the right side ever so slightly up. That's the way I'm seeing the other side right now, as though they're all clamoring over to see us and to know what's going on with us, because they're very concerned with you right now, because people here right now are terrified and concerned about their own mortality, and the dead know that mortality is actually not something you should be afraid of. It's not something you should completely and absolutely concern yourself with while here. What you want to completely and absolutely concern yourself with while here is your life and being here and how you conduct yourself. The dead are concerned about us and the way we live, not us and how we're going to die. So when the dead are here, it's not because it's a doomsday prophecy. It is because the dead want to help us get along with what is going on right now. If it had to do with mortality, the dead wouldn't care. In fact, they'd be happy, because to them, death is good. Death is what you want to achieve. Death is a release. But if you're still down here, you don't see death in that way. You see death as the end of something. So it's something that is regarded with fear. And that's why the dead are here with us, because they can feel our fear, because they know we need some answers right now, and they know we do not know what to do. So pay attention to your dead. Acknowledge them when you're in your house, especially if you feel alone right now, because the way your dead talk to you has to do with you, because they know you. They know how to speak to you. I can tell you 100 different ways that the dead communicate with their living, but you might have a dead person who is craftier, who knows a different way to communicate with you. And that does not mean that they're not communicating with you properly. That means that they're communicating with you in a way that you understand. And wouldn't it be nice if the living did that for you too? Thank you so very much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it thoroughly. I hope you have an absolutely groovy day. You can reach me at www.trinityyogaandspiritualservices.com www.trinityyogaandspiritualservices.com. You can find me on Instagram at Bobbi Rowntree. You can also find me on Facebook at Bobbi Rowntree Spiritual Medium. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.